I've been lucky enough to have 3 very positive labours with my 3 children, 2 of which were at home, in fact literally right here. Home birth isn't for everyone, but if home birth is something that you'd like to consider, I hope you find these tips helpful. A lot of them are probably quite self-explanatory, but I know when I was researching home birth as an option for me, any advice I was grateful for, so I hope that this is useful. If you're anything like me, as a pregnant woman, I researched anything and everything to within an inch of its life. I had the books, I was on Google every day, I wanted to know everything about pregnancy, about labour. I just loved reading anything I could get my hands on. And for a home birth, I would say research is so important. The chances are, if you're considering a home birth, that some of the reasons behind that might be that you want to have as natural a birth as possible. So one of the things you might want to look into is whether or not you want to have your labour in water. For me, it was, I can't imagine not being in labour in water. It helped in terms of my comfort. I felt I was able to move around freely. I think it takes the edge off the pain. I wouldn't say that it offers any real pain relief, but it certainly takes the edge off it, at least it did for me. There's something quite calming and quite tranquil about being in labour when you're in water as well. One of my midwives also told me that it can help with preventing tearing. Now I don't know whether that's true or not, but I was quite lucky with that. My tearing was quite minimal. Sorry, TMI. It makes sense if you're in water and everything is quite what's the word I'm looking for? If you're in water and everything is I guess if you're in water and your skin is absorbing some of that water, it's going to be more flexible, let's say flexible. I think it does help a little bit in that, but don't quote me on that. My second tip is all about your mindset. You have to trust yourself 100% and believe that you can do it. I think for me, with a lot of things in life, positivity is key, and once you've made the decision that you do want a home birth, in my opinion, don't doubt yourself for a second. If you think to yourself, well, I'll try and have a home birth, but if something goes wrong, then I'll go to the hospital. Of course, that is what you would do, but I would just say, try not to think of it like that. I think it helps just to be positive and believe in yourself more than anything else. I think wherever you are in labour, whether it's in hospital or at home or wherever, remember it's your labour, it's your body, you have a say in how things happen. Try not to forget that. And it's easier at home because you're in your own familiar surroundings. So if you want to get up and walk around, or you want to lie on a different chair or a different bed, whatever, you can, because it's your home. Set your own atmosphere. You're in your own home. It's up to you what music you have playing. Maybe you want to put a movie on to distract you, candles, fairy lights, whatever it is that will make you comfortable. So think about what kind of atmosphere would make you feel like you're most relaxed beforehand, and do a little bit of preparation to make sure you've got everything that you need and you've made your Spotify playlist and you bought your scented candles, and just create your own tranquil birth environment. Now this tip is for the unorganised mummies like me who have a tendency to leave things to the last minute. If you're a super organised person, this probably goes without saying, but getting your supplies early is so important. You don't want to go into labour early and be midway through your home birth and realise that you don't have your tea bags and your bread for your tea and toast once you've had the baby, because that is devastating. Just because you've had the baby at home and people know you're having the baby at home, don't feel obliged to have visitors before you're ready. When you give birth in a hospital, you naturally get that time afterwards where people are waiting for you to come home and don't try and contact you. I treasure those memories of the first few hours with just me and the baby and my husband. That time is so precious, so don't feel pressured to allow people to visit you before you're ready. I've probably missed an absolute shed load of tips and advice. I could talk about this for hours. So if something does pop up in my mind that I think I should have mentioned, I'll leave it in the description box below. If you're considering a home birth at the moment, I really hope this has been of use to you. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd love to hear your home birth experiences, or if you have any questions, please leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.